would like to confirm the audio. If you guys can see my screen and if you can hear the audio, we will be ready to start. Okay, we have confirmation. Tonight I will be presenting our intraday strategy. There is a huge interest about the strategy. Most of the people would like to know a little more about it and to see how trades are being found, some of the rules, so you guys can kind of see if the strategy would fit your needs and your personality as traders. I will give you guys a few examples. All of the examples will be from today. I can give you also all the examples, examples on any pairs you guys would like to see. Just ask me in the chat box, no problem. In the beginning, I will give you some basics so you guys can understand what is the system about, and then we'll go through some trade setups. I will start with clean chart, doing some, I will give an example for Euro JPY later. Yes, it's a good example. Well, I will start with clean chart with nothing, and then we'll build it to the full trading system we're using, so I can explain you why and what is the purpose, why do we have all those indicators and what is the purpose of them, and you guys will feel the actual need of those indicators and how they're helping. Now first, we have this intraday uptrend. Now in this case it's easy to see when we have an uptrend, not very hard to pinpoint where the support will be coming, resistance maybe, where to place an entry. Not every trend will be like this one. The question is at what level we need to enter and when, because sometimes, like in this case with the circle, I have the entry from generated by our system. You guys can see that here we have bullish candle formation earlier, pretty much at the same level, but after the signal was given, then price actually start moving. I will explain how we do that and what indicators are helping us. Now this time frame, the question is, what is the time frame? The time frame we're looking at is 10 minutes. And the intraday system is used only on a 10-minute chart. You guys can use the system on any other chart. The results are good, but for intraday trading, we're using it on a 10-minute chart. Of course, on a different time frames, we use different settings. So usually what we do is we have ABCD swings and we're trying to find the C and trade C to D leg and take profit from the C to D. A lot of traders have the problem to find where that C is. Is it going to be here? Is it going to be lower? Is it maybe going to 618? Because you guys can see this nice resistance becoming support here at 618. A lot of traders probably would wait all the way down here to enter. And we can see that price actually is moving in this uptrend. And a lot of traders probably missed the opportunity here, waiting for price to pull back all the way down to 618. And this is absolutely understandable. Now, I will put in some of our indicators on the chart to see how everything changes. Now, first, what we have is this orange line. The orange line acts as automated trend line, so we don't have to draw our trend lines and see if the trend is uptrend or downtrend. This is the trend line for the day, and we will be buying above the trend line. We can also call it automated trend line, and we'll be selling below. If price is below, we won't be able to buy. We can only buy above the automated trend line. There is only one case, one trade setup where we can actually sell above the automated trend line, and this is when we're doing what we call counter trend trades. Or that means that price has reached a major level of resistance, and we expected this level price to be reversing, and we're entering against the trend. I won't be able, you guys are asking what the indicator is. I won't be able to discuss the indicators. Most of the indicators used in the system are custom built indicators, and you can only get those indicators if you're trading our strategy. So here, guys, you also can see that we have those reds and green candles. Those red and green candles are not bullish and bearish candles. You can see here, this is a bearish candle, but it's green. Those candles are calculated with a formula, and they're giving us momentum, and we can only enter a bullish trade with a green candle. So those green candles will be actually the trigger for the entry. When all the needs are set, all the rules, and we have a green candle, we can enter. And how do we enter? What we watch is this green candle to be closing above this blue line. We enter only on a closed candle. And the other thing what we're looking for is this histogram to be moving bullish, or if it's from the bottom to the top, to be making smaller bars and then bigger bars. If we're trading, if we're going to enter in a sell, we'll be looking for the histogram to be making smaller bars from the high to the low. So what I mean is, for this green candle, you guys can see how price here is making smaller bar than the bar previous. This is confirming that all the momentum is bullish, and we can enter. Oh, so far good. We know price direction. We know how to execute the trade. But here comes the main problem. So far we have when and where, we have the trigger. But how do we know if price will be reversing here or somewhere lower. Here we're adding our swing completion indicator. The swing completion indicator is telling us when a swing is completed or the corrective move is done and price is ready to continue the trend. Now this range is our swing completion indicator, and what we're looking for is price to trade at the swing completion indicator and then give us a signal. And we can see how price here has been in a bullish trend, bullish, 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 and a pullback. Now this pullback here is only consolidation. Price did not move very much back. It didn't come back to the 618 where most traders would be looking for price to pull back. Now I personally, if I don't have the system, I would be waiting for resistance becoming support and at 618. Absolutely normal. Everyone would do that. But our indicator is calculating time with price, and it's telling us that, okay, for this fib, for the last swing, price has finished the move here, and now it's ready to continue the bullish trend. So once we know that the swing is finished, the corrective move, the BC swing, once we know that this is finished, we're looking for bullish signal, where the next candle, the green candle, with the histogram crossing the blue line, well, this is our signal, which means that on the close of this candle, we're entering. So this is our entry. Now, we place the stop just below the current low, here this low, below the low, and then we use limits. I won't get in too much details. We use for limits fib levels as well as pivot points. Now I will add a little more to our system. Now we have pivot lines as well. What I do is I limit below the fib levels. If there is convergence of fib level with pivot line, this is giving us even better indication. Sometimes if the pivot level is lower but very close to a fib level, we'll be using the pivot level as our level to limit. Does anyone else have any problems with the audio, guys? Can you guys all hear me? Okay, so we have the swing completion indicator, our pivot lines with fib levels. We're finding out where to place limits, and then we're waiting for price to move towards our limits. Now, what else do we have? If you guys can notice this green line below the candles, this is our automated stop, the trailing stop. Now, once we enter and price starts moving, we'll start trailing the stop. So price moves up, the trailing stop moves, we move the price. We move the price, the stop a little below the trailing stop. Then it makes another step above, we move it above. Then makes another step, again, we move it. We move it, we move it. This way, you guys, if you're getting into a counter trend trade where we're at major support or resistance, and you don't want to just place a couple of small limits and you want to catch the majority of the trend, well, in this case, we'll be using the trailing stop, and we'll be trailing as long as we can. We won't be using limits, we'll use the trailing stop for our limit, and the higher price gets, the more we'll profit. Now in this case, we would have been stopped out somewhere here, pretty much at the same level as the first limit. Now in a lot of cases when we trade counter trend trades, the trend will be fast and we won't be stopped out. Now here we're getting close to a resistance level where we're actually going to be looking for counter trend trades very soon. So this is our trailing stop. Now, a lot of times the trade won't work the way we would like to. Sometimes it may reverse somewhere before even hitting the limit, the first limit. Let's say price reverses here. Well, in this case, we would have moved our stop a lot higher. The stop is not any longer all the way down here, but the trailing stop has moved. Our stop is now pretty much close to our entry. And from probably 30 or 25, 30 pips, the stop is now probably 5 to 10 pips. A lot of times, even though the trade was bad, it didn't work out well, we won't take the actual loss that we would initially. We won't take the full 25, 30, 35 pips loss, because the trailing stop already moved our stop way far from the original stop. So we need to pay attention to this trailing stop as well. Now, the last issue most traders have is, okay, we are in an uptrend, correct? How far does that trend go? Yep, some guys can draw trend lines at support and resistance lines. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. For the intraday trading, is a little harder to find levels of support and resistance. And here comes the last part of the trading system, and probably it is the most important part. It's our outer range. The outer range is telling us where we can see some resistance for the intraday. This red line is the range that will give us resistance on the top and support at the bottom. Now, in our case, when the resistance line is pointing in the direction of the price, what it does is confirming the trend. Now, when the resistance line is angled, we can think of it more as a channel. Price may bounce off this line, but the trend is up and we'll see continuation. Now, when the line is horizontal, or it is going against the direction of the trend, it will act as resistance. So if here we have resistance line going like this, we would expect where price gets close to this resistance line to be reversing. Now, here in the setup right now, I would expect price may come to retest the resistance line once again, but if it doesn't and it drops below the automated trend line, and then the automated trend line will start curving and it gives me a sell signal below the automated trend line, well, here I know that, okay, price bounced up the resistance line is pointing south, giving me bearish direction. Well, I should be looking for bearish opportunities now. I should not be looking anymore for bullish opportunities. The resistance line, the outer range is telling me, okay, we're now due for some reversal. It may not be major reversal, but for the intraday, it will probably make a move. Make sense, guys? Okay. So this is our outer range. The outer range is telling us, okay, it is time for price to be reversing. So we have the automated trend line, the candles that are giving us the buy or sell indication, the trigger. We have our swing completion indicator that is telling us, okay, it's time to enter. The corrective move is finished and it is now safe for us to enter the trade. We have also a trailing stop to save us from losses and to help us to ride the trend. Because look, if you guys would follow one of the signals earlier and you've entered somewhere here, you could have ride the trend all the way up to the top, all the way up to here. This is a nice bullish ride for a couple of days. And also we have the resistance and the support lines that are giving us the range for the intraday. Now let's take a look at a few pairs, just so you guys can see how do we find entries. Here, look. This is what I'm talking about. Price bouncing off the support, trading above the automated trend line, continuing the bullish trend. Every time we see a signal above the automated trend line, like here, we can take that bullish. Now look at after this signal, trend just exploded. Again, here it's a little harder. Let me see what candle closed above the automated trend line. Probably if we want to be sure, it's this one. Fast move. Signals from today. First one, retest, second signal. Then later today we had a third one. Price here is now in consolidation. But what we see is this main swing. Now look, here we have support becoming resistance at 382. Pretty good convergence. Price dropped all the way down to the 50, giving us this nice bullish signal at the 50 with a beautiful retest. New Zealand entry, New Zealand dollar entries from this morning. A couple of bullish signals. We're taking profit at the first high. Then our second target is stopped out by the trailing stop. Now, this morning we were looking for strong level of resistance, and I have this circle with this line going down. This is from the morning video, that we were looking for counter trend trade once price gets close to this resistance, because 73.50 was our main resistance level from the 4-hour chart, I believe. Very, very strong resistance level. So we were looking for bearish opportunities once price gets close to this level. Here was a couple of sell signals that we could follow. Again, dollar Swiss franc, we looked at this pair in the morning video. Now this black candle is the 5 o'clock candle when we started the video. We were looking for price to finish the corrective move and then enter with a sell signal. Probably about a half an hour after that, we had this bearish candle taking us for the right down. Everything below the automated trend line. Corrective move completed. The support line is pointing south, telling us, okay, price will continue to drop. Euro dollar, price trading near the swing completion indicator in consolidation, giving us a few bullish signals. After that, we can see price taking off. Again, bullish signals above the automated trend line. The resistance line pointing north will confirm the direction. Here, dollar yen. I will give example with this bullish trade. Always when we can fit our limit within the B, we have rules for the limits. If we can fit the limit within the A-B swing, we want to limit at the B. If we can't, then we go for 127 or 1618 extensions. So here what we have is first target being filled, then the second target stop with the trailing stop. The trailing stop being below, probably the second target was stopped with a couple of pips profit or pretty much at break even. What we see is price trading near the resistance area, the resistance now pointing south, which is telling us, okay, price should be reversing. You guys see how good this resistance area works. The same is for the support. This indicator is telling us, okay, it is possible, not possible, but we'll most likely will be seeing the reversal for the pair. Price moving below the automated trend line. Here was the first sell signal. Price starts moving. Tested higher. Now what we do is we place the stop 15 pips above the current high. So when we enter on this candle, we'll place the stop 15 pips above the high, which is all the way up here. The high is at 07, so the stop is at 22. Even though price tested higher levels, we're still in this trade. Now, if we missed that first sell signal on the higher retest, we have another sell signal. You guys can see this candle that I have circled. Well, this is a second opportunity, and this is pretty much like a couple of hours later. So a lot of times we'll see multiple signals for the same trade setup. And after that, price just collapsed, going through our first and second target. And again, here we have this price trading at the swing completion indicator. Again, this is sell signal. Now I usually don't trade the Asian session, but this is a valid sell signal that one can take. Now since price starts pointing north, if we trade within like 15 pips of the support line, we can start looking for bullish opportunities. So very soon what we'll see is something like this, and we'll start looking for bullish setups. The question is why I don't trade the Asian session, as the volatility is not always the same. Now, a lot of times we'll see some nice volatility during the Asian session, and it will be easy for price to break levels and go and fill our limits. But the consistency of this happening is not as big as the UK and the US session. We have some positive results, but overall on the Asian session the results are mixed. A lot better results we have during UK and US sessions. Still, the results during the Asian session are not bad, but they're not as good as UK and US. And if I am personally to choose to trade either UK or Asian, I will choose the UK session, because we'll spend pretty much the same time trading, but we'll make a lot more pips during the UK session than the Asian session on average. And then we're going to Euro JPY. Now, guys, I want to show you this first without the system, without the strategy on. Now, we have this consolidation. We see this breakout to the north. I even entered this today. This was my losing trade for the day. Price breaking above, trading lower, stopping us out. This is a valid bullish breakout. A lot of traders will take it. Even here with this retest, it looks perfect. I want to show you something. Now see how different it looks with the intraday system on. The resistance line pointing south. Here is flat, a little pointing to the south. It's telling us, okay, here is where we need to stop looking for bullish trades. We need to reconsider and start thinking bearish. This is the top for the intraday. You should not be entering bullish. You should be entering bearish. This is what the system is telling me. Now see how different it looks when we don't have the system on. When I see this, well, I'm in. No questions asked. Again, putting the system back on. The system is telling me, hey, you should be looking for bearish opportunities, not bullish opportunities anymore. And yep, eventually, you guys see price breaking below. Here, nice counter trend signal. Here, another counter trend signal. And now price breaking below the automated trend line. And what we'll do is, I'll be waiting for a corrective move or price trading next to the top side of the swing completion indicator. I will also place an alarm so I know when price would trade close to it. I can come and watch. Once price pulls back, finishes this corrective move, I will be able to look for bearish opportunities, sell signals like this one. There is a question if the system can be used during the day. The best time to use the system is a couple of hours prior to the UK session all the way to the end of the US session. Usually a couple of hours before the end of the session, if I see some sell signals, most of the time, unless they're like very, very good, clean signals, most of the time I will pass on the signals because I don't want to be trading 24 hours. I already have done what I've done for the day, and I don't want to be entering new positions at the end of the working day because the volatility is getting slower. We won't see that much of a movement, and it's time for us to take a break. So a couple of hours prior to the US close, I will stop trading. Now you guys can see how today we have this nice volatility, and this counter trend trade would have worked out pretty well. Already the move is about what, 50 pips. The next question is, if you would get access to those indicators after signing up for the intraday training class. Yes, you guys will have access to those indicators only after signing up for the training class. The training class will teach you great details and how really properly to trade the system. Now the video that we are doing today, the presentation, is just basics, so you can understand what is behind the system and if it's something that you would like. Now there is a lot of rules for re-entering counter trend trades, pyramid trading, a lot of different rules that will teach you, because this is a professionally done strategy. It's A to Z strategy. Nothing will be missing. You will know when to enter, and we'll also teach you what will happen during different hours of the day. What can you expect? After us training you, then we'll give you the rights to trade the system, because we want traders to be actually trading the system correctly and have good results. We don't want people who don't have good results. The question is, if we always wait for the corrective move. Yes, we always wait for the corrective move. And this is the point, because when we enter at the end of the corrective move, we'll take the maximum profit. If this is the corrective move, we'll take the best profit after price trading at the end of the corrective move with a bullish signal. Now this will be the maximum that we'll be able to take. If we enter earlier, we'll take less profit, no point, and then we don't know if price will actually continue to trade lower. So we want price to move all the way down to the end of the corrective move and give us a bullish signal. After that bullish signal, we know that, okay, price did the correction and now is reversing, moving in our direction. Also, we won't take a trade just because price traded at the swing completion indicator. We want price to give us a signal after trading at the swing completion indicator. We want price to give us the signal that it will move in our direction with this bullish, nice bullish signal, because it is telling us, okay, I did my pullback, now I'm on its way up again. The question is if there is a written documentation and if you can watch the video again for the training session. Yes, the training session is being recorded. You will be able to watch the recording as many times as you wish, and also there is written documentation. You will be sent a link where you can find all the rules also written with screenshots and everything. Pierre is asking if I can tell the different options for the system, different subscription options. Well, first, what you guys need to do is take the training class. The training class costs $350, and also we provide additional support over the first 1 month. It's like mentorship during UK and US. You will be able to talk one-on-one with me, discuss any different trade setups. This 1 month mentorship right now is included of the price for the training class, so you're getting this for free. Then the next thing you need to do is, after you take the class, then what you need to do is rent the system. The system costs $100 a month, and again, the first month rent for the system is included in the training class. So on this $350, you will get the training class, you will have 1 month of mentorship, and then you will have the system for free for 1 month. And then after the 1 month, you will have to actually subscribe for the system, and it's $100 a month. There is an option that you can purchase the system, so you don't have to pay those monthly fees, and then this the cost to purchase the system without expiration date, without monthly fees, is $400. If client is a subscriber to our website with a pro membership, then we give the system free to all our pro membership clients. By free, I mean the rent for the system is free. They still pay for the class, but then they don't have to rent the system. We give them the monthly fee, the monthly system for free. So if you're a pro subscriber to Forex Simplified, you won't have to pay monthly for the system. Yes, yes, Pierre. If you take the $199 package, the system is included. That's correct. Five-fish, again, after, I'm not sure if this question was asked after I answered, I'll just re-answer. After the first month, the system is just $100, and if you're a pro member to Forex Simplified, the system is free. You don't have to pay monthly. The training for the system is it's done every last Tuesday of the month, and it's at the same time as this session at 8 o'clock Eastern Time in the afternoon. And then the daily mentorship is during UK and US session, and it's for the first 1 month after the training class. The pro membership is $200 a month, and it includes mentorship, one-on-one if you want. We have chat room. We have trade alerts for different price patterns, different trade setups. We do analysis. We also have morning sessions. Every morning we do trading session at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. During this trade session, we go over the US and the JPY pairs. So euro dollar, pound dollar, Canadian, Swiss franc, Aussie, New Zealand, then Euro yen, Pound yen, Swiss yen, Canadian yen, also Euro pound. All those pairs, we'll go through all those pairs. Every morning we'll look for trade setups. We do some plans. We see, okay, we need to watch this pair for this trade setup, and then we discuss all those setups in the chat room or on Skype. Is there any other questions, guys? I want to make sure that I answer all questions. Since there is no more questions, I will be closing the session for today. And I will see you in the morning, guys. I want to say thank you to all of you. Safe trading, and have a nice evening. Anyone who is interested, you can ask me additional questions on Skype or send me emails. I will be glad to answer any questions that you guys might have. And again, the next training class is the last Tuesday of the month. September 28th is the next scheduled class, and we always have a limit of the students who can take the training class, because as I told you guys, we give you this 1 month of mentorship during UK and US, and if we take too many students, we won't be able to give you guys the attention that we would like to actually give you. We want to make sure that we can pay attention to everyone, and if you guys are doing any mistakes, we can correct them. This is why we take only limited students every month. Again, thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.